Hello, community. Today it is about the combination of transformer that are living on the HuggingFace platform. And we will use 3 different agents to combine a multitude of different transformer architecture on HuggingFace Hub. So let's have a look at this. At first, we have to set up our transformer version. I go with version 4.29.1. Then, of course, I install HuggingFace Hub, I install Transformer, I install OpenAI, OpenCV, Sound and Speed, Soundfile, Torch, Dataset, Accelerate, Diffuser, everything what we need. IPython, Soundfile, Play Audio. And then I have, of course, to connect to my specific account on HuggingFace Hub. So let's do this. Setting up everything with Transformer. Version 4.29.1. We want to have multi-modal transformer cross-action on the HuggingFace Hub platform. So here we go. Setting up everything. Copy a token from your HuggingFace token page. Open link. Let's go to my HuggingFace token. So here am I. This is my HuggingFace account. And now I just say new token. What's the name? I say demo. The role, let's take a write, and we generate a token. So here's our token. I don't want to see it, just copy it. We go back, insert, return. Oh, login, sorry. Login successful. Beautiful. So now that we have access to all the transformers on the HuggingFace platform, now I'm going to choose an agent. And you're not going to believe an agent is, of course, a large language model. So all the switching in the input and the output between the different transformers on HuggingFace will be done by an LLM. Currently, we have 3 options. If you want to code, of course, here's StarCoder from HuggingFace. So everything for coding, we will use StarCoder a little bit later on. This will become our HuggingFace agent. If you want to have OpenAssistant, you can have OpenAssistant. This is, let's have a look here, PyTier 12 billion parameter LLM. Beautiful. There's no llama anymore. We have now the PyTier. This is great. This is open source. If you're not familiar, OpenAssistant here. If you're interested here, it is project organized by Lion. It is free, will be free to use and to modify. This is an Apache 2 license. And if you want to see the people, here you have the founders, Andreas Kopf, Christian Schumach, Janich Kilcher, and all the developers. So if you want, you can support them. Great idea. But we go back here. And the third option is, of course, here our OpenAI. Now, OpenAI, we have different models, and you might say, hey, why we have Text DaVinci 003 suddenly as our switching LLM, the intelligence that switches between the transformers? Well, let's have a look here, OpenAI. I'm here at the model GPT 3.5, and these are our models. This is GPT 3.5 Turbo. This is our ChatGPT. And then what we're going to choose here is Text DaVinci 003. Now, please note here that GPT 3.turbo this is the most capable model and is optimized for chat at about 1/10 of the cost of DaVinci 003. So this is the most expensive GPT-3 version that we have. But as you can see, the specialty is can do any language task with better quality, longer output, consistent instruction following than the other models. They are called Curie, Babbage, Ada models, supports inserting completion within text. We have 4K tokens, and it is up to date till June 2021. So we're going to use the most expensive Text DaVinci 003. Beautiful. So there you have it. StarCoder is free, OpenAssistant is free, and OpenAI we have to pay for the most expensive model. Great. So if you just want to do this, you can do it, but this is great. What I want to show you now here is agent is not defined. Yeah, of course. Okay. So I have here my OpenAI API key. I insert it and syncing, downloading OpenAI is initialized. Beautiful. So here we go. Now I have OpenAI Text DaVinci 003 as my main intelligence for the switching of the different transformer models. Now, some simple agents you can find in any YouTube video, no problem. I want to show you something a little bit more interesting. So let's see at the toolbox. Currently, since this is in, I have to show you this. Where are we? HuggingFace Transformer Agent. Transformer Agent is an experimental API, subject to changes anytime. This is really brand new, so they will start developing this. So beautiful. Currently, we have those tools that we can use. And of course, it is a multi-modal. So we have a document question and answer, an image captioner, an image question and answer, an image segmenter to transcribe, to summarize, to classify text, text Q&A, text reader, a translator in different languages, image transformer, a text downloader, an image generator, and a video generator. Those are the 10 whatever tools that currently our OpenAI API, our DaVinci 003 can use. And you might say, okay, so if those are now the tools, and how does DaVinci 003 know how to combine or what to combine, in which order to combine this? Well, this is easy because, wait a minute, here we go. There's here a beautiful find that tells here, since we are here working with a chat model, you just talk to the thing. You say, hey, I will ask you to perform a task, and your job is to come up with a series of simple commands in Python that will perform the task. Its tool is a Python function and has a description explaining it, blah, blah, blah. So you have here a list of all the tools. So the system now knows what tools it can use. And then you give it a lot of example. You give it exactly an in-context learning prompt template. So you say, for example, here, task. Identify the oldest person in the document and create an image showcasing the result. And here is what we want. I will use the following tool, the document Q&A to find the oldest person in the document, and then an image generator to generate an image according to the answer. And the answer should be answer, document Q&A, the document, the question, print, the answer is, and the image generated by the image generator. And then we go on to the next task. And then we go on to the next task. So you learn the system. Hey, if you have those 10 elements and you're an LLM, whatever question you will get, you will be able to combine those 10 elements for this week. Maybe next week it will be 12, 15, maybe in 2-3 months it will be 100 tools here available, because we can use all the transformer here on Hugging Face. So you get it. This is the way it is done. But then, of course, we say, hey, we want to take this a little bit more. We install Gradio tools. Now, Gradio tools is a Python library for converting the Gradio apps that we can build, that are also here in the Hugging Face space sometimes available, can be leveraged by a large LLM to complete the task. So, for example, an LLM could use a Gradio tool to transcribe a voice recording it finds online and then summarize this voice recording for you. And exactly this is the reason why we need Gradio tools here. Gradio tools are a beautiful enrichment in our tool set. Gradio tools has those 9 tools. We have the Stable Diffusion tool, the Image Caption tool, Image to Music tool, Stable Diffusion Prompt Generation tool, Text to Video tool, Whisper Audio Transcription, Clip Interrogator, doc query. So we have now, let's say, 20 tools in our toolbox. And how do we integrate those Gradio tools? And I'm not going to believe it. From transformer import tool, and we say tool.from Gradio, the Gradio tools imported. Now you are amazed. Oh, this is amazing. I know this. And now here you see this is our chat. So at first I have to load from the transformer our HuggingFace agent. And I define now that my agent here, since we have here a Python task ahead of us, is now from big code the StarCoder. And the additional tools are in the toolbox that I have now. And the tools are now here, all including my Gradio tools. Beautiful. Remember, big code has an open real version 1 license agreement. And this line here, this line 7 is all that you need to generate here from a text the perfect prompt. So let's have a look at this. We say, hey agent, we just loaded it. I want to chat with you. And the first command is for the LLM, for OpenAI, generate an image of the prompt after you have improved the prompt and print out the improved prompt. I want to see how you improve the prompt. Now the prompt here is a human robot speaking to an AI. Let's execute this. And now it starts. It has this basic prompt. Yeah, downloaded. Yes, okay, version of code. Starting. Expected time of arrival, none. Okay, now we are flying. And you see here exactly. Explanation of the agent. I will use the tool Stable Diffusion Prompt Generator to improve the prompt. You remember what we had to insert in a prompt to get a beautiful picture from Stable Diffusion? Now, the Stable Diffusion Prompt Generator is doing this job for us. So the code generated now by OpenAI LLM is by our agent. No, wrong. I have StarCoder. StarCoder is my agent. Sorry. By my agent StarCoder. I have now for the prompt, I optimize the prompt. Then I print out the prompt because I want to see the prompt. I want to see that this is really happening. And then I have an image generator on HuggingFace Hub where the prompt is the text insert and an image is generated. So you see, beautiful, this is the code that is now the Python code that is now in the background executed. Starting, processing. Gonna take some time. A new version was downloaded, HuggingFace Spaces, HuggingFace Tools, text to image. Exactly. So let's have a look at GPU RAM, flatlining, system RAM, flatlining. We haven't even started yet to calculate anything. Yeah, what I wanted to tell you is you have with the agent here, with the HuggingFace agent, you have two options. If you just give it one command and say, do this, then you say here, instead of chat, you say run. But since we want to continue our discussion, because you see here, the next command to my agent is, so I continue to chat with my agent, upscale now the image. You see, I have to do nothing because it will find here, where is it? Somewhere there's upscale image or caption image, text prompt, tool, answer the question, no. So somewhere there's an example that tells the system, hey, if somebody wants to have a higher resolution or upscale of the image, this is the tool you have to use. And you know, we have here our tools from, where is it? Gradio tools. And then we have here our currently the tools here from our HuggingFace transformer agent. But I would say next week we have already more. So this is really amazing how you can combine transformer agents plus additional tools from the Gradio tools for our LLM, for our artificial intelligence. We have chosen now to use here for Python code StarCoder. And then when this is done, status processing, I can show you how we do here the Gradio tool and LangChain integration. And it is very easy. We have to wait, so I show you right now. So simply import the desired tool from Gradio tools and pass it to the initialization agent from LangChain. So LangChain agent is just another LLM that takes a user input and reports an output based on using one of the many tools LangChain has. So we just have different toolboxes that we pass around. So let's have a look how we do this. So from Gradio tools, we import now 1, 2, 3, 4 different tools. And then we say, hello, our LangChain agents. So we initialize our agent. We have here our LLM that we use for LangChain. It's also OpenAI. Find the model that you like. And if you want, you can have here a buffer, a memory buffer, if you want to store all your messages. So, and here we go. We have our intelligence is OpenAI at a certain temperature, and you have a little bit of buffer, and then you say here my tools. Now you have the tools here from Gradio tools, and you say .LangChain. Unbelievable complicated, isn't it? So all your 4 tools from Gradio tools become now LangChain tools if you want. And so here we go. Told you an agent is simply an LLM. So here we go. So we have to initialize first our agent. So I told you an LLM. Our LLM is here OpenAI for LangChain. Then we have some tools that we provide our LLM here in LangChain. And those are the 4 tools from Gradio tools that now I converted to LangChain. And then we have a little bit of a memory. And then you remember we have 4 different kind of agents in LangChain. And then go for the conversational one. And this is it. I have now initialized my agent in LangChain. And then I just say agent.run, the same as I have here. Where's the agent.chat, because I want to continue. And you have your input. And now your input is also, please create a photo of a dog riding a skateboard, but improve my prompt prior to using an image generator. So you see this is exactly the same what we are doing in Gradio tools. And you see with this simple tool conversation, you can switch between different tools. Unfortunately, there is a certain limitation. Future compatibility with LangChain. We love LangChain. This is now HuggingFace, and think it has a very compelling suite of tools. In order to handle these tools, LangChain requires textual input and outputs. So whatever happens on the LangChain nodes, you have textual inputs and textual outputs, even when working with different modalities. Now this is of course now a problem. So they say, yeah, we would like to have better support, and if you want, you can contribute, and so on, so on. But you see, this is one of the strengths, I would say, here now. We do not, it's ready. Hey, it's ready. Yeah. Okay, what was my chat? What did I wanted to have? Forgot my prompt. A human robot speaking to an AI. Oh, Jesus. Where was? LangChain and HuggingFace agents. You see, LangChain is the network and it has to connect to all the external APIs. And those external APIs you have to pay, in the worst case, for each API. Here with HuggingFace Transformer agent, everything is on HuggingFace. Everything is within the HuggingFace Hub. So you do not have just APIs, interfaces to external service providers where you have to pay. But you have your internal HuggingFace interfaces to all the different transformer models that are running on the platform of HuggingFace. And I think this is the beauty. And as you can see, it is done for multimodal. Where is it? Let me show you. It's a little bit slow. Multimodal here. particularly powerful when it comes to multimodal task. This is the beauty of transformer agents here on HuggingFace Hub. So you have all the intelligence, all the transformer model on this platform, and you do not have to connect to external APIs, external data provider, external service provider, commercial service provider, but you are on HuggingFace Hub. This is why I like here the transformer agents, really a lot of. Up until now, they are free. So think about what you want, but this is a huge advantage. So if you have your LangChain network established with your external commercial APIs, now you can also use the HuggingFace tools currently free of charge if you just import them, .langchain, tools, your agent, and you are ready to go. Beautiful, beautiful thing, transformer on HuggingFace, the agents, interconnects all transformer intelligence on HuggingFace. This is it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was a little bit interesting. You can take something and use it for your project. And I hope to see you in my next video.